You're live!
Hi!
Hello mga kababayan! Welcome to Buhay Buhay sa Amerika at Home. And today, I have with me amazing guests ang ating ate Tess Bailon and the President of Philippines Nurses Association of Arizona East Valley, AJ Manabat is here!
Yay!
Mga ate at President Manabat, pwede po ba kayong bumati sa ating mga kababayan dyan?
Magandang hapon dito sa Arizona. It's already 2 p.m. And siguro sa Philippines might be at 5 p.m. right now. And there will be time difference in the East Coast. But anyway, binabati po kayo ni Tess na sana maayos ang kalagayan nyo. You guys are doing well even with the pandemic that we have right now.
We are actually streaming live on 2 occasions, Facebook Live and YouTube Live. So, marami tayong sanang mga kababayan ang makapanood at ma-inspire sa lahat ng ginagawa ng ating mga kababayan dito sa Arizona through this broadcast. As you know, Ate Tess Bailon is one of our Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika Committee, isang Pilipinang dapat nating ipagbunyi dito sa Arizona. Dahil po marami siyang experience at marami rin siyang natulungan. So, ang kasama ko sa baba na nakikita ninyo ay si President AJ Manabat, who is also helping me on this broadcast today. So, if you have question, our President AJ Manabat will be helping me later on to mention your comments, as well as he will be reporting on what Philippine Nurses Association of Arizona are doing during this pandemic. Kaya talagang patok na patok ang ating episode today. So, ready na ba kayo? President AJ Manabat?
Yes, ready na.
Alright. Ate Tess Bailon, ready ka na?
Ready na rin ako. Salamat.
Alright. Talagang, Ate Tess, you are the owner of the best care home of Moon Valley, one of the assisted living facility here in Arizona. Maraming nakakaalam o maraming hindi pa nakakaalam kung paano ang iyong experience, paano ka nakarating na Amerika, and what's your doing now. So, pwede bang ibigay mo sa amin ang iyong experience and tell us more about yourself.
Okay. I went to Catanduanes State University in the Philippines to my nursing degree, and that is on an island in the Philippines. It's called Indira Catanduanes. I graduated in 1980, so you figure the math. I've been a nurse for about 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I did my...
Madali lang, ate. There is something, can any one of you turn off a little bit your, kasi may echo. Yung device din mo. Thank you. Thank you, President AJ Manabat. Okay, ate, continue.
Yeah, so after graduation, I went to Cebu City, and that's where I did my practicum for 6 months. That was the requirement back then. And then I worked as a staff nurse in Upon, that's Mactan, in Cebu for another 3 years. Then I went to the USA, and I started my work in New York in a psych unit, and for a year. And then I moved to New Jersey, worked there in long-term care facility for another 3 years, and then came to Phoenix, worked at St. Joe's for another 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you start the assisted living facility as your main?
Yeah. So actually, it was accidental when I started the care home business. So it was during that time, back in 1996, St. Joe's is having a reduction in force, so laying off people. You have to reapply for your job again to get hired. So, but for me, being a nurse, I wasn't too worried about it because nurses are pretty much in demand. They always need nurses. But then again, I have to be prepared as well. I have a friend who started her own care home business, and she was the one that really encouraged me. And at the same time, being in that situation that you have to be applying for a job again as a nurse, so we tried the care home business, and I come to realize that that's where my forte is. To take care of elderly people. Oh, I love that better.
Yes, it's better.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
And
so that's when I started the care home business. That was back in 1996. I left St. Joe's and started my assisted living home business, and up to this date. Yeah.
wow. So, ilang taon mo nang hawak as ang iyong business na best
Best care
care
home.
of Moon Valley?
Well, we started in 1996, so we're going about 24 years now.
Wow, that's a lot of
Yeah.
expertise, ate. And especially during this pandemic, ano bang mga na-experience mo na hirap, which is kinakaharap ng mga assisted living facility right now?
Well, when we have the announcement that we have an outbreak of COVID-19, everybody was scared. Everybody doesn't know what to do because of we just didn't know. Um, so for me, what I did is you have to be informed. You have to know what's going on. So you have to be watching the news. You have to be going to the website for the CDC or
Mhm.
Department of Arizona Department of Health Services. So with all those information, it's still too confusing. By reading those informations, it was still too confusing. But the best thing to do is really to follow CDC guidelines. And because even though we have the Department of Health Services that license the assisted living home, they still follow the CDC guidelines. So that's the last resort that you can follow. And for that also, you have to apply or implement your rules as well based on CDC guidelines. When they announce that there is an outbreak, that's when we restrict the visitors coming into the home. The
Wow.
visitors are really have to be essential before they can come to the home or they can visit. Yeah. So really following the CDC guidelines as far as the employees, as far as the visitors, and as far as the environment. You know, there are certain guidelines that you have to follow on those uh, category.
But and it's really hard for us. I think I'm sure our President AJ Manabat will agree to this. Kasi I think most of us as Filipinos are actually involved, very much involved in this pandemic. Kasi as from hospital and now to the assisted living facility, which many of our Filipino kababayan owns most of the assisted living facility in Arizona, and that is one thing we have to take pride of as Filipinos because everyone knows we could provide the excellent care to our seniors and to our patient. And di ba, President AJ Manabat, di ka marinig.
Oh, sorry, it
Yeah.
was muted. Yes, I agree. I agree. So we have a lot of measures that we need to follow, and just make sure, just like what Atites said, read the CDC guidelines because it's a good resource to have, and make sure that you read it, you update yourself through that CDC guidelines because there's some changes every single day that you will encounter a change in the policy in the guidelines that they will provide. So make sure that you keep yourself updated on those.
That is true. Yeah, because when our governor have executive orders, and those executive orders still though you have to refer to CDC guidelines. So sometimes it's really confusing as well, and also you don't know what really that means when they say about the executive order because it's not really elaborate. So you could go to CDC website and you could find out what that really means. And if you have any questions in terms of like visiting, because some family members, in my experience, there are some family members because the orders now are kind of loosened a little bit as far as lockdown. Now we have
Mhm.
opening some restaurants, and some family members may think that it's okay at least to visit, but we are protecting the vulnerable, which is the elderly population.
That's true.
So that is something that as an owner and a manager of the assisted living, you have to really make it a point, or that you are also in you are following procedure. So that's when you have to apply your policy and procedure as well. Implement that policy and procedure, that this is what we're doing right now, and just let the family know.
It reminds me of following the policy and procedure. Di man tayo maging political, but natandaan mo si Vice President Pence. He came and Mayo
Without a
came
mask.
without a mask. So I think even though you are the Vice President, everyone has to abide with the policy and procedure of every place that they go through. Di ba, te?
Mhm. What we're doing right now is really we don't have the visiting is really very restricted unless it is really really necessary. The residents are may needing some visits from their primary care provider. So what we're doing right now is we're doing it through telemedicine.
Yes.
Yes,
Parang
yes,
ginagawa natin ngayon sa radio o buhay-buhay sa
yes.
Amerika, instead of
Mhm.
going to the station, we are so glad that technology is available for us that we can do stream live our broadcast. I
Mhm.
finally learned how to use the technology so then we can broadcast. Look at that. We got Dr. Pam Sapantas right in the house. Hello all.
Hi,
And
Doc. Hi, Pam.
and
But anyway, so those are the things that we're doing, and if there is for example, it really is critically necessary that the resident needs a X-ray or labs, because we're trying to prevent them from going out to have
mhm.
those procedures done. So what they do, they come out to the home with my policy and procedure because of them. The people coming in doing that procedure, we I make sure that they have their mask. I make sure that they have their gloves. I make sure that I when they come in, I provide them with a gown.
That's
It's just
important.
protecting ourselves, the elderly inside the home, and also protecting themselves as well. So those are the things that we're doing right now. The rest, the staff are using masks when they are doing direct patient care, and gloves as well. So with the shortage of PPEs and sanitizers, hand sanitizers, I just educate the staff that wash your hands before and after for 20 seconds, and make sure educate them how to do the mask. Make sure that they are doing the physical distancing inside the home. Some activities are now not being done in the home because of physical distancing. Even you are inside the house as a family, but because of they are very high risk, we still observe physical distancing. And at the table, they used to eat all at one time, like
Mm-hmm.
next to each other. Now they have like 6 feet apart. So only like two people are eating at the table.
So
And
it will take it really alters so many things in the home because now even their meal you have to wait until that other person finish. So what time do you,
actually, no, we're not gonna wait because it's gonna take that the meal time will be uh, delayed. Instead
uh
of having 11, if you wait until those people are finished, some people may eat like about 12 or 12:30 or 1 o'clock. So what we do, some of them eat in their own room.
mm,
Those people, so I have to categorize, classify those people that requiring supervision, and people that require supervision, they eat at the table. But people that can eat independently, that you think there will be no problem, they eat in their room. So that's what I
ah,
do. Yeah.
so
And
parang
then
meal in bed sila
now they're sitting in
all
their chair.
day.
But then again, the family, I had to let the family know what we're doing inside the facility as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And
And
for them to, because of visiting now, the visiting is changed. The family cannot come in. So the visiting now is through by the window, a glass window. So when
mm,
they come, we bring the resident by the window, by the glass window, and they visit like that. And also they could also do FaceTime. We do FaceTime, things like that.
so
Yeah.
it even the assisted living facility has changed so many things to really cater for your patient. And magbigay muna tayo ng salute to all those who are online right now helping us and watching us. Andyan si Dr. Pamela Sapanta, ang ating Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika Committee. Ate Mila Aquino, hello there, who is also a nurse. Ate Mila Aquino is one of the founding pioneers of PNAS, Filipino Nurses Association of Arizona. Right, President AJ?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, Ate Mila. Thank you for joining us.
And Ate Marietta Stites is there too. And Miss Sharon Baisan is here as well. Gamo Production, as I told you, we are being watched by a YouTube and Facebook, who is my good friend in YouTube. She is a new YouTuber and is a very amazing sister that she decided to create her YouTube channel to promote her foundation helping the Filipinos in the Philippines. So talagang itong broadcast natin para sa Pilipino at i-promote ang bawat Pilipinong nandirito sa Amerika. Bigyan mo ako ng thumbs up, Gamo Production. So, hello, Jawo is also here at coming from New Jersey watching us. Kahit nasa trabaho pa siya, nanonood. Uh, so, thank you so much and ituloy natin ang kwentuhan. May nagtanong Ate Tess kanina.
Okay.
Si Ate Marietta Stites, ang tanong
Okay.
habang nagsasalita ka, ayan, is it the local CDC guidelines versus national CDC guidelines that we have to follow? She said, I tend to find some contradiction. Although nasabi mo yung kanina, but
Yeah.
na-answer mo yan. But I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure na-recognize natin yung
Yeah.
comment ni Marietta.
Yeah, but
And
I like to respond to that as well. Uh, the CDC guidelines, what I do, I just go to cdc.gov. I'm not even sure if that's local CDC in Arizona, but I just go to the website cdc.gov, and that will tell me a lot of information as far as rules and regulations in regards to COVID precautions and guidance, what to do with the pandemic that we're facing right now.
thank you so much. Sabi ni Sharon Jane Baisan, hello, good watching you guys. Thank you. Oh, from Elsie pala yan. Elsie. I haven't seen Elsie also for several months now. So, sana maraming mga kababayan natin ang na-miss ang buhay-buhay sa Amerika. Kung na-miss nyo kami, bigyan nyo kami ng heart. Right, Ate Tess?
Paano ba yun?
Isend nyo kami ng comment. We want to hear your comments right there.
Yeah,
Yes.
kung may, like, let's say, for example, meron din kayong, for the assisted living homeowners,
Yes.
because there are times that we really don't know the answer, and we get some questions from the family members, or we're not sure about. Again, we could call the Department of Health Services, and for rulemaking, they have so many rulemakings that we have to implement. But there are some questions that we have that face us every day, and we could call Department of Health Services, and if they don't know the answer, they will try to find that for you, and then they will email you the answer or they will call you back. Because I know I had a situation at one point that a family member was asking me something, and I don't know the answer, and they don't know the answer either. Because in the rulemaking, as far as Department of Health Services, they were saying that the wearing of mask in the assisted living home is not mandatory. But then again, the CDC guidelines was saying that we have to wear masks in the residential assisted living home.
If I
So
make
that's
it
what the answer
mandatory,
came
then I'm
back from the
talking to you.
Department of Health Services. Yeah. So yeah, it's very confusing, and really, we have to do the best we can to protect this vulnerable adult and to protect ourselves as well.
I think it's also important na magkaroon tayo ng awareness na talagang even though it is not mandatory to wear mask, it is important that we wear mask. Just to tell you a story, kanina lang meron dumating dito who is an arborist. I'm trying to cut some of my parang mas maganda yatang nakamas ako eh. Kaya pagmamask na lang ako. Dumating yung arborist at home. He did not wear a mask, and I'm actually close to him. I did not, I mean, not that close, but he's not wearing mask. Suddenly, naramdaman ko na lang merong malamig sa mukha ko. Pakiramdam ko, laway niya yun tumamulsik. That is why everyone should wear mask. Because you'll never know when we spit saliva and it can reach to anybody. And at this time, we don't want anyone's saliva or anything coming to our face or any portion of our body. So, I think wearing mask is really important, di ba ate? Hindi lang in assisted living facility, not only in the hospital, but everyday exchange. Naikwento ko lang.
Yeah, it's like Costco, and I'm glad they're starting to implement the wearing of mask in the store. But it's just something unfortunate that there are some people that are not compliant, and we just have to, being as a concerned citizen, we just have to be more careful ourselves. And if just wear mask, and that's just protecting yourself and protecting others as well. Like you said earlier, he was talking to you, and you feel like something cold on your face.
Mm-hmm.
And did you practice physical distancing? Did you observe the physical distancing?
We were not 6 feet away. That's probably why.
Yeah.
We were just
Yeah.
3 feet away.
Yeah. So I think we also have to be aware.
Sometimes you forget that, hey, 6 feet.
Yeah.
So, thumbs up
It's
dyan,
really hard.
sabi ni Gamo Production. In Facebook, it's a heart and light. In YouTube, the term that if you agree, you give a thumbs up to the broadcast or to the video that you're watching. So I pa-thumbs up na lang po. I'm learning the lingo of both YouTube and Facebook at this time. Thumbs up daw, sabi ni Gamo Production.
Yep. So also, let me add another thing with the assisted living.
Yes.
Um, we are required when the COVID outbreak uh, comes. Um, we are required by the Arizona Department of Health Services to implement our disaster plan. If you have a COVID outbreak, you have to have a disaster plan. You have
Mm-hmm.
to have a policy and procedures for the COVID-19, and you have to update your infection control as well for COVID. So those are the three things that they want you to implement. Yeah, to be ready for those for COVID if anything really bad happened for the disaster as
It
far as
must be
disaster.
it must be very hard for your company as well, aside from taking care of the patient and then now compliance with all the things that are new to all of us. It's a lot of work for assisted living facility. And we applaud you at the test for leading the way for us here in Arizona to recognize talaga ang mga Pilipino, ang galing at ganda ng inyong mga nagagawa para sa Amerika at this time. Kaya
Totoo.
saludo kaming lahat sa lahat ng nurses at higit sa lahat, hindi lang nurses sa hospital, hindi lang sa ICU and emergency room, kundi sa lahat ng klase ng nurses and frontliners na kasama na nagtatrabaho para sa kapakanan at kaligtasan ng lahat.
Mhm. Totoo yun.
President AJ Manabat, mayroon ka bang idadagdag sa ating mga na ikwento ni Ate Tess? Although meron kang ikukwento later on na mas very interesting na kahit na nasa harap kayo ng panganib, nakakapag ano pa rin kayo, nakakapagbigay ng tulong sa bawat frontliners. So, after po ni Ate Tess, mamaya ikukwento naman ni President AJ Manabat ang ginagawa ng Pinas dito sa Arizona. Kaya talagang yan ang frontliner na, backliner pa.
Ay, mag-ingat lang po tayo talaga kasi sa COVID, some people probably doesn't take it seriously.
Yes.
But as we all know, as statistics says, we have a lot of people died, not only vulnerable elderly population, but young as well. And even front liners like the doctors, nurses are affected. So there's really nobody really is immune to this disease. So I just ask everybody to be safe, be careful, observe what is given to us by the CDC as far as precautions. Marami po tayong mga precautions na magagawa sa sarili natin. I don't wanna enumerate all of them, but hand washing is very important, and that will that's a universal thing to do, the hand washing, to prevent spread of infection or acquiring infection. So yeah, stay informed, be prepared, um, just follow the rules. Yeah.
You are right, Ate Tess. At saka maraming natutuwa naman ako na ang ating mga ka-YouTuber ay bibigay ng mga comment nila kagaya ni Gamo Production. Sabi niya, what I do not agree is when governors from other states reopen few of their non-essential establishment even though we do not have a vaccine yet. I salute all healthcare workers. Yan si Gamo Production. Na taga Nevada siya. Pero bago ko tanggalin ang aking mask, ay bigyan ko muna ng salute. Ang gumawa nito, si Rain Rose, who made this mask na ngayon ay passionista na. Kung dati ay naka-gown ang mga tao para maging passionista, ang passion ngayon ay mask. Must is a must. So, yun po. Bago ko tanggalin ang aking mask, Rain Rose, Bernie Bercilia Pineda, and isa pang nagbigay ng mask sa atin, si Jen Tacto Aquino of Phoenix Asian American Lions Club, who gave me a mask. And many of my coworkers are actually interested in buying masks, especially yung mask ni Bernie na ikinuwento ko. Especially Bernie is selling the mask to help our kababayan back home in the Philippines for only $4. Unfortunately, yung mask ni Bernie nasa trabaho ko. Hindi ko wala ako ngayon sa bahay. So, ito yung naiwan ko sa bag ko. So, isang paalala po at isang commercial yon. Magtuloy-tuloy tayo, Ate Tess. So, wala tayong commercial ngayon eh. Commercial natin mga mask, hat.
Para kang Santa Claus.
Gawa ito ng mami ni Marvy, yung isang kasamahan ko. Kasi at work, wala nga tayong PPE eh. So, naging resourceful talaga ang bawat tao na naging gumagawa ng paraan para maprotektahan ang bawat isa. Yung mami ni Marvy Wolf, she made this hat. Meron tong botones. Kung nakikita nyo, may botones siya. Kasi after a long time, yung ear mo, it will hurt to have a mask, wearing mask for 12 hours. Parang matatanggal na yung tenga mo sa likod eh.
Ay, hindi na ba tinatanggal yung mask maski wala na kayo sa pasyente? Or you have to wear mask all the time in the hospital setting?
Yan, ganito yung aming itsura.
Did you hear what I asked?
The test for us in the hospital, we have to wear masks all the time.
For the 12-hour period?
Yes, all the time. Once you go inside the hospital, we have to wear a mask. So, pagpasok mo pa lang, they will check your temperature, make sure that you are not sick. But if you have a fever, they will send you home. So, I was assigned at the Employee Health Services during this COVID crisis. And one of the things that we always tell the employees is they have to check their temperature twice a day, self-monitor. And once they get sick, they cannot work, and they have to call the Employee Health Services so they can be in the record as well. So they want to make sure that they are not sick before going to work. And always self-monitor, check your temperature, monitor any kind of symptoms like cough or shortness of breath before going to work.
You're right.
Wow, it's a long hour, 12 hours. The 12 hours you have your mask. Wow.
Yeah, that is why this is another, I'm sharing na, creating masks is not only for this season. Everyone who are good in sewing can really make use of their talent, because many more people would be needing masks. And then this yung mas madali. Ito ngang para akong si Santa. Kasi masyadong malaki to eh. Itong aking commercial. Yung botones niya, yan, malaking bagay yung may botones na yung hat. So, kung sino
ang purpose ng botones, nilalagay mo yung garter dyan ng mask?
Yes.
I see. Wow. Cool.
It protects the ears, ate. The back of your ears, because wearing it for 12 hours or more, it can create like skin ulcers or something, or irritation there.
Magsusugat yung tenga mo.
Yep.
Oh, wow. So, parang yung oxygen. Pag matagal mo din nakalagay yung oxygen mo dyan, nagsusugat sa matatanda yung ano nila, yung tenga. Yeah.
Kaya, sabi nga necessity is the mother of invention. So
yan.
At this time of pandemic, we can make so many other people who are very good in their hand and creativity.
Yes.
This is the time. Kasi maraming trabaho mo wala. Why
Totoo.
not do something out of your creativity with your
Yeah.
hand? Yeah.
Totoo yan. Totoo yan. Maraming ibinigay ang COVID sa mga tao. Alam ko,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard, mahirap, pero maraming positive din sa mga tao kung paano tayo mabuhay. You know, that's like you said, creativity. Yung tao, kasi dahil wala tayong masyadong supply of PPE, ang
Mm-hmm.
mga tao nag-umpisa magtahi ng mga mask,
Yeah.
you know? And then just to have something to cover our face, even though hindi pa parehas ng N95, pero at least meron tayong maiko-cover, mapoprotect sa mukha natin
Mm-hmm.
sa mga ano particles in the air. And then, pangalawa, yung mga tao natutong magluto. You know? A lot of people are cooking. Nag-google, nag-internet at para lang matuto magluto.
Natut
One day I went to, kasi wala ako nung kailangan ko para mag-bake. Pumunta ako ng Target. I went to Target. Pagpunta ko dun sa baking section, halos ubos lahat yung kanilang paninda. Sabi ko, oh wow! Yung mga tao talaga natuto. And me, sometimes, just looking at the internet, yung galon ng gatas, saka yung, di ba, may rotisserie chicken na binibili tayo sa Costco or sa store. Yung cover na yun na clear plastic, tinatabi ko yun. Saka yung galon ng kasi pwede kong gawing mask yun eventually kung wala akong mask, yung face shield. Sabi ko, eventually, kasi kukunti lang yung face shield ko, gagawin natin tong face shield eventually kasi at least meron kang magagamit, di ba?
Yes.
So, it's just something.
Isang tanong dito si Ate Marieta Stites. If you are asymptomatic, there are those. So, everyone should be considered having it. Mas magandang isipin mo na ate na lahat meron. Kasi para maprotektahan natin na ang ating mga sarili kahit na asymptomatic na. Kagaya nga nung tumalsik sa aking laway, iisipin ko kung kaya lang kailangan hindi tayo matakot. Kasi ang isang bagay, pag natakot tayo, sabi nga, whatever you put in your negativity that you put in your mind, your whole body and your cells will respond to it. So talagang kailangan nating maging matapang at ialis ang ating mga anxiety by doing something kagaya ng baking, cooking, or planting. Then we can actually release the fear and the anxiety in some little ways. Kung nakikita niyo po, I am doing mostly, I'm blogging in my YouTube channel about my gardening. It is not only because I am enjoying the garden, but that is my way to release my fear. To be honest with you, in the beginning, I have fear, but I decided to choose courage and have faith. And that's why I can look like, oh, kaya ko pa. Kasi
Right.
yun naman ang kailangan natin. So, maraming salamat.
Let me add to that also, mas kasi usually, asymptomatic tayo, which is good kasi hindi tayo may sakit. But we may be a carrier as well. We have to remember that we could be also a carrier, but we're just not showing any symptoms of the disease. So, still, kahit na ganun pa man, we still have to protect ourselves all the time and protect other people. Yeah.
That's
And
true.
make sure we eat right. Alam ko, mahirap ngayon dahil sa panahon, maraming walang trabaho, maraming nahihirapan na tao, but if we can get something to eat that is healthy, and I know it's probably not ideal right now, but if we can, let's do it to get some rest. Importante din yun kasi kung mahina ang immune system mo, that's when you get sick easily. So
Mhm.
we did get enough sleep, those type of thing. Yan ang panglaban natin sa sakit para hindi tayo magkasakit. Di ba?
Tama ka, Ate Tess. Magandang magandang mensahe ang sinabi mo. At maraming salamat, Ate Tess, sa iyong binigay na information. Can you please tell the audience kung meron kang card, if you can show in the camera about where can we find the best care of Moon Valley? Where is it located?
Well, best care home is assisted living home. Mga bahay po ito, hindi ito malaking building. It's a
The
residential.
address.
So I have homes and it's located in Phoenix, Arizona. And how to contact me is by email, bestcarehome of Moon Valley at yahoo.com, or the phone number is 602-548-1082.
Best Care
Home
Home
at
of
Yahoo.
Moon Valley, right?
No,
That's
walang Moon Valley. Bestcarehome at yahoo.com. Bestcarehome at yahoo.com.
that's the name of Ate Tess assisted living facility, Best Care Home of Moon Valley.
Mhm.
So i-hashtag po natin ang Best Care Home of Moon Valley para mas maraming makakita kung nasaan ang Best Care Home of Moon Valley. And of course, kailangan nating i-contactin si Ate Tess Bailon to um, if you or your loved one will be needing such kind of care. So, handito naman na ang ating President AJ Manabat. Yes, thank you President AJ Manabat for typing it for me, bestcarehome@yahoo.com. So, Ate Tess, ngayon naman, ikaw naman ang makakatulong ko na tanungin ang ating President AJ Manabat. Dahil si President AJ Manabat, together with all the East Valley and Philippine Nurses Association of Arizona, are doing an amazing job in supporting the frontliners. President AJ Manabat, the floor is yours. Can you please share with us what you are doing aside from working in the hospital?
Okay. Well, before that, I would like to thank Ate Ria for inviting me to join the show, and Ate Tess for imparting your knowledge to everyone. It's been a pleasure to be here as well. I would like to do a shout out because there's some people who commented on YouTube and on Facebook as well, like
Thank
Jane
you.
Hardy. It says salute to nurses. Carol Jane Rafael Gabriel says hello. Gamma Production, of course, Dr. Pam Zapanta and Marietta Stites, at Emila Aquino, and Jawo, ILTP. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
watching and all those who are watching right now.
Yes.
And
Ang
I would
bait
like
talaga
to,
ni President AJ Manabat. Yan ang gusto ko sa kanya eh. Mahusay talagang maging leader ito. Kasi he knows how to lift others first. So, President AJ Manabat, tamsak sa'yo.
Tamsaka. Thank you. And also, I would like to thank all the supporters and donors who are helping Pinas, and not just Pinas, but any organization and individuals in our community and around the world. For example, my friends who created the mask, some are cute like these.
Mag-move
Um,
ka ng konting malayo-layo sa camera kasi kalahati lang ng mukha mo yung nakikita. Yan.
there, there.
Mas
Okay.
pogi.
Thank you. I have these as well, so we will be donating these. This was donated by Teresa Trevino, a friend of Ate Sharon Baisan.
What
So
is that, TJ?
this is what we call an extender. So we put it
Oh,
on the
for
back
the
of our
mask.
head, yeah, and then
Yeah,
protects our ear. So not
yeah.
just the buttons. This can also help. I think this was done using a 3D printer. So.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, and all those who made masks, and there's more people donating the mask. But thank you again for inviting me. So I would like to share to you what the Philippine Nurses Association of Arizona and America as well, what they are doing during this COVID crisis. So locally in the East Valley, so we started collecting money, like among ourselves, the members and the officers. We were like, so what can we do for our community, for our fellow nurses and other healthcare providers and the frontliners? So we decided to pitch in some money, and also we contacted some of our friends who know how to sew. So we were able to collect money to provide food for the healthcare workers, especially the COVID floors in the hospital. So far we provided um, different hospitals pizza and snacks for our frontliners who are taking
Wow.
care of COVID patients. So tomorrow as well, we will be going to um, a few hospitals in the East Valley. So thank you to Ate Amy, to Ate Susan, Melody, Ate Ruby, for helping us deliver those food, and especially to those people and organizations like the Victory Home Care. She donated a lot of money for us to provide the food and snacks for the COVID staff. And also, we are collecting masks and the extenders for the nurses who are members of the Pinas East Valley, and also the Pinas, the main chapter already contacted a what do you call it, the person who saw, and they will provide masks to the members of the organization and also to the hospitals in the Phoenix area. PNAA will be conducting a survey. They will collect information on how we feel. They will send out that survey to all the members of the PNAA, and that survey will help us make sure that we are providing the right care, the right resources for the nurses and other frontliners. We are also giving report to the PNAA. The local chapters will give report to the PNAA on what we are doing, and this way we are sharing information to other chapters, so they can also provide the resources that we are providing here in Arizona, and also them providing us or sharing their ideas to us as well. So PNAA has been doing a tremendous job in during this crisis. I really would like to thank them, and also I would like to share to you that we are still collecting funds in masks, so we can provide more masks and food for more people. So,
Wow, thank you so much. Palakpakan
I
natin
really,
dyan, hindi lang thumbs
that's
up.
nice. I think I just to be, I'm looking at the comment here.
Yes.
There was a comment that says that his wife lost her sense of taste and smell 3 weeks ago. What do you think about this? None of us got infected and there is no other symptoms po. Wala po bang fever? Let me just answer that if to the best of my knowledge. If there is no symptoms and no fever or nothing, I think what you need to do is just to observe, keep observe. And if this continues to be an issue, and I think you just have to tell your doctor or call the doctor and let them know the symptoms that your wife is having, and he can give you a health advice or medical advice what to do. But if he doesn't have any symptoms, just the loss of smell and taste, I think the best is just to observe.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Isang
and self quarantine.
isang follow-up answer ko din dyan sa tanong ni Jawo. Jawo ILTP Ken, his question if the loss of sense of taste and smell 3 weeks ago, as long as it is not affecting the whole physical condition of the person, if the loss of taste, you will not be able to eat at all and drink, then it will lead to something even worse. So make sure you can go to the hospital if they could not eat or drink, because you need to be hydrated, you need to be nourished, as Ate Tess has mentioned earlier. So, but If nakakakain naman at healthy pa rin, at walang lagnat, walang shortness of breath, walang chest pain, nakakatayo pa, yun ay pwede pa lang quarantine lang. Hindi kailangan magpunta ng hospital. But if it is affecting the whole body na dahil loss of sense of taste and smell, taste, hindi na makakain, that's something you have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Tama po ba,
And
President?
in addition to that, yep, yep,
Go ahead.
that's right. In addition to that as well, because she has that lost sense of taste and smell, it could be a sign of COVID, but we cannot be sure. So it's better to self quarantine and also monitor your symptoms. Check your temperature twice a day. And if you get to the point that you will have shortness of breath and it gets worse, and that might need emergency, you might need to go to the emergency room for that. But it's better that you self quarantine if you have those symptoms starting. And
Sorry, may tanong din si Ate
okay,
Mila Aquino. Have they been tested recently? So, isa din na pwedeng gawin kung gusto mo talagang malaman kung meron kang COVID,
mhm,
then they have to get tested. Uh, pero alam naman natin ngayon na may mga instances pa rin na hindi madaling makakuha ng
Yes.
testing. And if
Yeah.
mhm,
going to get yourself tested will even make you get sick, just stay home.
That's right. That's right.
yep. Yeah, just make sure that if you want to go out and get tested, follow the proper procedures. You cannot just walk in without a mask. They will tell you to wear a mask.
Mhm.
Um, and make sure that just stay in your car, because there are some testing areas that you can just drive through and you don't have to go in the clinic for that. Um, any nausea.
Yeah, hindi. Kasi sabi ni Gamo Production, my cousin is a doctor. He told us what we need to watch out is the combination of cough, fever, and nausea. Yun
Yeah.
yung
Yeah.
nausea at the end.
Yeah.
So
So we.
just to share, because I'm in the employee health services,
Mhm.
and some of the things that we ask is if you have any of the following symptoms like fever, cough, shortness of breath, loss of smell and loss of taste, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and vomiting, and also muscle aches, chills, and headache. So if you have those symptoms and it's not bad, stay at home.
Mhm. Right. Yep.
As long as um, yung shortness of breath. And also another thing to watch out is that shortness of breath and yung heart rate. The faster the heart rate and shortness of breath, chest pain, yun ang number one na kailangan talagang pumunta ka na sa hospital. Huwag kang maghintay ng matagal.
Mhm.
Sabi ni Ate Marietta, about a month and a half ago, my husband had all the symptoms, but when I called the hotline for COVID-19 in Arizona, they asked me if he was out of the country. I said, no, he doesn't meet the criteria. That was on the beginning. So many more were infected. Oh.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately, a lot has changed since a month and a half ago. So one of the criteria to get tested before was if you've been out of the country or if you've been to another state that has been the hot spot for COVID-19. Um, uh, but that has changed. So some testing area will even check you even though you don't have all of the symptoms or if you haven't been out of the country. So make sure ask your doctor first. There's some avenues to go and see a doctor. You don't have to go to their clinic. There's some teleconference that or even Zoom meeting with the doctor. So
another thing that we need to watch out too is yung when you go to the hospital, you let them know what you are experiencing, so then they can prepare. The staff in the hospital has to be prepared ng PPE. As you know, the PPE is still lacking. Hindi pa naman tayo maraming PPE. So, kailangan talaga na ang hospital personnel is informed of what is that symptom you are experiencing even before you come to the hospital. Di ba, President AJ Manabat?
That is correct. Be
Yes.
truthful, because if you are telling a lie and unfortunately you're positive for COVID, you're not just infecting or you're not protecting others as well. You need to protect others. Think of others as well. Don't be selfish. We want to make sure that be mindful of everyone. This is the time to be selfless. We need to make sure that uh, everyone is protected and everyone is safe.
Yes. And kaya nga, ang mask, the reason why you're wearing the mask is not only because you wanted to protect yourself. You are actually trying to protect others from your saliva or whatever you have as a pwede kang maging carrier. So that's why it's important that if everyone is wearing mask, then you feel now I'm protected.
Mhm.
But if I'm the only one wearing mask and everyone around me is not, then I am not protected. I'm protecting you only. Kaya tama ang sinabi ni President AJ Manabat. Kaya talagang we really need to be mindful, be conscientious, sabi nga ni Ate Tess. Always be conscientious of others because that will be the one that can save everyone's life. Di po ba? Tamsak naman dyan.
Thumbs up. You know what? The other thing that I would like to add is to about being sick. You know, the worst place to be in right now is the hospital. You
Yes.
know, because we consider the hospital. I know it's something that you think you will be treated, but then again, in the COVID pandemic that we are in right now, I think the best thing is to just stay home. And if
Mm-hmm.
your symptoms are not that bad, you just isolate yourself, quarantine. And the only time you would think of a hospital setting is when you really have some difficulty of breathing, those type of thing, fever that does not subside, and you continue have fever, you have mucus, you're coughing so hard that it affects your breathing. And I think that's the only time you would consider hospitalization. That's my feeling about, because to me hospital is not the right time to be in right now. You know what I mean? Unless it's really, really, really necessary. If you
Yes.
can do it in your home, just and contact your doctor, and your doctor will also advise you what to do. If and he will tell you, okay, it's time to go to the hospital.
And
Yeah.
we're happy to Jawo says now she could eat well and is in good condition. Thanks God. We are grateful to God that your family is safe, Jawo. And Jawo has two small kids and a beautiful Japanese wife. Jawo is Filipino from um, New Jersey. Ang sabi ni Gamo Production, Jawo Gladno. And sabi ni Emil Rapada, Emil June Rapada, he is the president of the PICA, Filipino International Community of America. He said, I doubt about the hospital here in New York area. 66% of COVID-19 patients are from those who are sheltered at home. Maybe that is case to case because that's in New Jersey and New York, which is the highest number of COVID cases. Kasi siguro balik-balikan ka sa labas, di ba? So posibleng kahit na sheltered at home, but you are still going around, then the the cases of COVID will continue to increase. Kaya nga sinabing sheltered at home para hindi masyadong madami. But no matter what, even though they told us to shelter in place, you have to go out to buy something to be able to continue living. Kaya nakakalungkot yung mga tao sa Pilipinas eh. Kasi tayo dito sa Amerika, meron tayong somehow yung pantry natin enough, meron tayong naipon. Pero sa Pilipinas walang naipon enough to live for one day, or the food is just enough for a meal, right? Mostly.
Mhm.
Pakibasa mo nga ate ang sinabi
Nino,
ni Ate
yours.
Marieta.
And at that time, primary doctor were also saying that same thing because they were following the state CDC. That's part of the reason I am not that happy with our local CDC. Therefore, I just try to protect myself and family. Yeah, it's really just we all know that we just have to be aware and protect ourselves, I think. And we have the guidance and guidelines from the governmental agencies. But then again, we have to be more conscientious about how protecting ourselves and others. Yeah.
And as our president, Emil June Rapada, says, this is a shocking reality. And he said Governor Como was honest enough to admit this reality. So shout out to Kuya EJ, sabi ni Gina, YH1 virtual reality. She's also from New Jersey, and Gina A YH1 virtual learning is also a teacher. Kaya itong broadcast natin ito is shout out to all teachers and nurses as well.
That's
Paki-subscribe po kay Gina YH1 virtual learning. Sabi ni Jawo, hi Kuya Emil John Rapata. Let's stay connected po. Jerwin Cascaro po ito. Jawo, ILTP is my channel's name. See? That's yan, kaibigan ko yan sa YouTube. YouTube answer yan. Mas maraming nanonood sa atin sa YouTube today.
yeah.
So, maraming salamat Ate Tess and President AJ Manabat. Kung marami pa kayong maikukwentong mga istorya ng ating mga kababayan, ang kanilang kadakilaan sa oras at panahon ng pangangailangan. Ang gusto ko ding i-shout out si Tess Quino and Boots Quino, who are here in Arizona. They also owners of assisted living facility here in Arizona, and they are local couple who are trying to gather donations from Arizona, sending donation to Bacolod to help their people to get some food for their needy kababayan in the Philippines. So connect to Boots Quinio and Tess Quinio of Arizona, so then they can be able to connect to help them to help more of our kababayan in the Philippines.
That's good. That's good. So I would like to acknowledge the nurses.
Yes.
It's Nurses Week po ngayon, starting yesterday. It's a week. So I really salute all the nurses for doing service to people, especially during this pandemic. Hindi po madali ngayon at dahil mag-alaga ng pasyente sa ngayon, ang dami mong gadget na isusuot at napakahirap. Can you imagine, just like AJ was saying, you have your mask the whole shift, which is 12-hour shift. Your face is covered with a mask. You have a face shield maybe. You have a bonnet or a hat, and then you're wearing a gown. Oh boy. I work in a hospital setting and take care of people on isolation, but not for that long. You only wear those PPEs when you go into a patient room. But now you are mandated. You are going to wear your PPE the whole time that you are working. Like like too long, too long. So we
Yes.
hope, and I appreciate, and I really thank you for all the nurses out there and for doing such a wonderful job. Patience, you got all the patience, you have all those compassion with you, and I salute you all. Thank you so much. I
And
don't do
good.
nursing anymore, and I just do I do assisted living, which I take care of elderly, but it's limited because it's not as big as a hospital setting.
And thank you to Ate Tess for being our pioneer, as nurses pioneer coming here in our America since 1984. I would say this is a nurses week and a salute to all the nurses. We also salute the nurses who came before us. Because of you, we were able to come to America, because what you have done is we paved the way for all of us to come to America, because Americans saw how great nurses you are. So, on behalf of all the young nurses after you, we thank you for all the pioneers, all the nurses who came before us, because you are the true hero even without this pandemic. Dahil sa inyo, kaya kami nakarating sa Amerika. Thank you po.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Happy Nurses Week and also happy Teachers Appreciation Week as well. Thank you. Like I wanna add, okay, Ateria, what she said is, thank you for the nurses before us, because they gave us a good name. You know, Filipino nurses are having a good reputation right now because of you. You know, so thank you very much. And for the new nurses, keep the name up high there. Okay,
Yes.
be the best nurse that you can be. Have that compassion, have that will to care. Okay, be inspiring. Okay, and educate the public, because that is very important. We see things online that are either fake news or not as truthful, but you know what the truth is. So share that, share the knowledge, share the wealth. You know, so hand washing as well. Make sure hand
Yes.
washing.
Yeah, they minimize on hand washing a lot, but you know what? I Hand washing is the most effective way to remove anything from everywhere on our, kung ano man ang meron sa kamay natin. And yun, napakamura. Hindi kailangan ng sanitizer. Kailangan nyo lang ay sabon at tubig.
That's
At
right.
ang energy na talagang maghugas ng kamay, more frequent than before. And that's really important.
Hmm. Yes, I know stores are out of hand sanitizers or very few in stock,
Ate,
but
nakita mo yan.
water and soap, water and soap is good
That's
for
right.
hand washing.
Instead of buying all the disinfectant, water and soap. By the way, Ate Tess, did you see that? Sabi ni President Emil Jun Rapada, wow, Ate Tess, you look younger than your age.
Oh, maraming salamat po. Oh my gosh.
That, that is the President of Filipino International Community of America.
Salamat po.
Taga New Jersey yan, kaya sabi niya, maraming taga New Jersey in the house watching today. So thank you to all nurses, sabi ni Cathy Policarpio, Gina, YH1 Virtual Learning. Sabi din ni Ate Marietta Stites, yes, they paved the way. Thank you, Ate Marietta, as well as the Filipino American National Historical Society, PANS. I saw Lani Rillamas Patubo who came out earlier. His name came out. So, si Ate Marietta and ating kababayan na si Lani Rillamas Patubo are from PANS, Filipino American National Historical Society. So for you to be more informed and be more proud of being a Filipino in America, go to fans.
Yes. I would like to share another thing. Please continue praying. Um, we really need prayers right now so this COVID crisis will end. We really need to be have faith, so we will survive this. We can survive this. And I would like to send my deepest condolences to all the family and friends who experienced a death in the family because of this COVID-19. So,
True. And kanina tinanong ni Ate Marieta, how many Filipinos have died, especially as frontline healthcare workers? How many have lost their lives at this pandemic? It it is so many to count for just that short number of period of time. So sabi nga ni President AJ Manabat, we all need prayers because we are not out of the woods yet, especially Arizona. Medyo hindi tayo kasing strict ng ibang country or ng ibang state kasi you go in the store and people don't even wear masks. They really disregard wearing masks. And um, kaya talagang kailangan natin ng lahat tayo ay kailangang ipagdasal ang bawat isa. Kasi we are still not out of the woods yet.
Yep.
Thank you so much, President AJ Manabat. Basahin ko lang itong mga nag-comment sa atin para ma-recognize natin. Sabi ni Bell's Vlog, all the way from Japan. Sabi niya, Kuya Jawo, early kasi nagising na si Kuya Yoyo. Oh my gosh, all the way from Japan is watching us. Thank you so much, Bell's Vlog. Sabi din ni Cathy Policarpio Gina, Virtual Learning. Thank you, nurses. And sabi ni Ate Marieta Stites, yes, they paved the way, like you, Ate Tess, who are pioneers of nurses here in America. And sabi ni Gamo Production, Ate Ria, don't cry. Sorry, I felt emotional kanina. And sabi ni Jawo, Ate, pakibasa.
Ate Cathy Policarpio, Gina, YH1, Virtual Learning. Ang haba ng name mo, ate. Hirap I shout out. Dikitan niyo na po ang ating friend na si Gamo Productions. He's our good friend and supporter.
Thank you so much. Totoo, Gina, ang haba ng pangalan mo. But we love you, Gina, and we happy Teachers Week as well. Sabi ni Gamo Production, thank you, Jawo. Sabi din ni shout out to Bell's Vlog, Kat, Happy Nurses Week. Sino may nagsabi sa taas na yun? Nestor Clemente, my brother. Oh my God. Toy. My brother, Nestor Clemente, is also working at a nursing home. So, kung nursing home, hospitals, assisted living facility, everyone who are very much involved with patient care, talagang sila ang hero. Kasi sila yung naghahawak ng pasyente. And my brother is, I hope you are okay, Toy. We pray and continue to pray for you. Kasi nagko-quarantine din sila ngayon. My brother works in a nursing home. Naka-quarantine siya ngayon. I hope na he will be okay after this few days more. At sabi ni Cathy Policarpio Gina, YH1 Virtual Learning, yes, let's pray and have faith. Sabi din ni Cathy Policarpio, shout out Bell's Vlog. Ate, basahin mo yung susunod.
Si Mila, I think Mila said, prayer is the key. God is in charge. Yeah.
Hindi ko nakita yung kay Ate Mila na yon.
Yeah.
President
sabi
AJ.
rin ni Marietta Stites said, be an example. And then, thank you for your passion and compassion to all.
Oh, ngayon ko nakita yung sabi ni Ate Mila. Yan. Thank you, Ate Mila Aquino, another Filipino pioneer of nurses pioneer in Arizona. Saludo po kami sa inyo at Ate Mila Aquino. At sabi din ni Bell's Vlog, sure po, at Gamo Production. And sabi ni Cathy Policarpio Gina, YH1 Virtual Learning, thank you po. Thank you so much po. I appreciate all of you for coming and joining us at this very special broadcast recognizing nurses at this Nurses Week. And advance Happy Mother's Day, Ate
Yes.
Tess,
Thank you.
and
Thank
to
you.
your
Yeah.
mom as well, President AJ Manabat.
Thank you.
Talking about Mother's Day, we wanted to give a huge shout out also to our Kuya Leo Arumin for posting our moms at the Filipino American Journal. My mom was the one of the highlighted mother, and AJ's mom is there
Yes.
too. Sino pang
Thank you,
mom
Kuya
ang
Leo.
Happy Mother's Day din, Ria.
Thank you, Ate, and happy
Yeah.
Mother's Day to you
Yeah.
and to
Yeah,
all the
thank
mothers
you.
out there. Kaya nga ang May talagang napaka-importanting month kasi isineselebrate natin ang Nurses Week, Teachers Week,
Day.
Mother's Day. Kaya talagang puno-puno ng pagmamahal ang Mayo. Kasi talagang handyan lahat ang mga nagmamahal sa atin at nag-aalaga. So, maraming maraming salamat po. Happy Mother's Day. Sabi ni ah na sabi ni
Jane Gina, YH1 Virtual Learning. And
nasa
Gamo Productions.
Happy
Yeah.
Mother's Day. Yes. Happy Mother's Day and Happy Mother's Day to all. At maraming maraming salamat po sa inyong pagpunta at pag-join ng ating episode honoring
Salamat po.
nurses.
Maraming salamat sa inyong mga comments, sa panunood, at saka sa pakikinig po. Maraming salamat.
Maraming
Salamat po
salamat.
kayo lahat. At salamat.
Taos-puso
Maraming
po
salamat din. I would like to thank everyone, those who watch and those listening, those who commented. Please share and subscribe to Ate Ria's Buhay Buhay sa Amerika.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, everyone. Happy Nurses Week. Happy Teachers Week. Happy Mother's Day to all. And shout out to all my family and friends here in the US, Philippines, and everyone in the world.
There you go.
Thank you so much, everyone. Maraming maraming salamat po from Buhay Buhay sa Amerika, from the best care of Moon Valley, and Pinas,
Pinas.
Filipino Nurses Association of Arizona. Maraming maraming salamat po, and God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Great broadcast. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to Boy Boy sa Amerika.
Yay!
God
Yay!
bless you.
Ganun ba yun? Paano ba yun?